All right, another day. 9:30 in the morning, the 11th of May, which is a Tuesday. That's kind of irrelevant, but you get the idea. So the issue right now, I kind of got to an impasse on the jack shaft situation. So I'm going to switch over and work on the electric side so I can start testing that. This morning I ordered some more shaft from eBay. Yeah, I was trying to make it work with what I had, but it just seemed like a really bad idea, so I'll just bite the bullet. Okay, first we're going to start making motor mounts for the electric motor. So metal I have from those school bus seat parts. Start off with a pilot bit, and then we'll use the stepper bit to drill it out to size. So we'll do it in stages. Just in case. We'll try out the new welding cart. The wind is really bad today, so I had found some parts that I had prepped for an earlier project that one of them is exactly the right size. Well, exactly within a little bit, so we'll just clean it up on the grinder and then it'll drop right in. Once we get the first one in place, I'll tack it. And then I'm going to mount the motor and use the motor to locate the second one. So we'll cut it down to length and then bolt it in place. And then we'll tack it in place. And then get the motor out of the way and then finish welding it again. Yeah, this is one of those days where I had to put a rock on things to keep it from blowing away. Try to be careful here not to splatter all over my new motor. And there goes the dust storm. Okay, now we got the motor out of the way, we can finish welding. It never fails. If I really do a good job on welding something, later on I'll decide it was in the wrong spot. A little bit of extra tape on the gloves because the seam split out a while ago. I do have welding gloves, I just don't like wearing them. And since it's a bicycle, we can just turn it over to weld the backside. The pause here is I'm about to land in a cactus. Didn't plan that part out very well. Once you get all the way over though, the wheels hit the ground again, so that makes it easy to move. And since I'm going to have a chance to put the motor on, we might as well clean up the weld a little bit. This is about the time I realized how far off I really am. I thought this was going to be close on the chain. I wanted to leave a little bit of slack. I plan on doing a chain tensioner, but this is just way off. Since this is still a rolling prototype, I do not want to cut links out of this chain though, because later on I'll probably want it longer again. So I drilled holes in some U-channel and I'm going to use that to space it out just a little bit further, and I'm just trying to get an idea at this point, how much do I really need? It's hard to do an accurate measurement where you're holding it with one hand and trying to check the chain with the other hand. So first I did the U-channel, which is less than an inch thick. And I put the chain back on, looked at it again. It's way off. By pulling the chain, now that the motor is mounted, I'm about 2 or 3 links too long still. So that's what I'm doing there. I'm pulling it out. So I'm just grabbing a piece of OSB to put behind the spacer that I just made and see how close I am now. So we run the chain again. And the spacer plus the OSB is actually really close. There I just put the master link in, so now I know how far to go. So it's about 3/4 of an inch plus 7/16 of an inch. So once I get it to this point, then I would be able to add a couple washers if I needed to, just, you know, to move it a little bit at a time. So we'll measure that, we'll come up with a number, and if I put in that squared tubing, that's about an inch, so that'll be pretty close. Once I get that in place, then I can go back and actually do a chain tensioner and only have to adjust it a little bit. That'll work. Keep it simple for now. Then I'll get fancy and do a chain tensioner later. I just want to get this thing moving though.